Today we are looking at the Tracfone Alcatel A382g. This one's known as the Big Easy on their website, and the main selling point here is the fact that this is a very easy to use phone. It's got oversized keys, easy navigation, everything's well labeled for the user who either has some sort of visual impairment perhaps, or some other need or some other issue that makes it difficult for them to press the small size keys on regular size phones. This phone does not have a touch screen or anything like that. This is really a phone for making and receiving phone calls. It's got a few little extras, and you can text, though it's not that easy, being that this is alphanumeric, so you have to press the numbers with the corresponding letter for texting. But this is the perfect phone for, say, senior citizens, or again, someone with special needs that needs something that's easy to use. Now, the thing I like about it for that purpose is the fact that, again, the keys are way bigger than usual. In fact, these keys are probably 4 times bigger than your typical candy bar phone of this nature. The keys measure about ½ an inch tall, a little bit less than ½ an inch, as you can see, by 3/4 of an inch. So you won't have a whole lot of pressing the adjacent key when you meant to press whatever you were pressing. Very easily and clearly labeled are the keys. And even at night, for example, if you press the keys light up very nicely. So even in low light situation, in a low light situation, the keys remain very easy to read, as you can see. Now, the text on the screen is also oversized, probably 2 to 3 times bigger than it would be on another Tracfone of this nature, which is also nice. Again, numbers are very easy to read even from a distance, as you can see here. Now, about the only thing that's not well labeled on this phone are the auxiliary buttons that you have on the side. As you can see, they are silver, so they are easy to see. First, on the black body, so it's got good contrast. But the little labels, as with most phones, are not all that clear. So a person may or may not have an issue there. And on the left, you have the volume rocker. This is the key that locks the keypad on the phone. Then on the right hand side, you have 2 little neat features on this one. This slider operates or turns on the FM button, or the FM radio. So if you turn that on, the phone asks you if you want to turn the FM radio on. You hit yes, and that turns on the FM radio. So this is a great emergency kind of type phone too. And what's cool here is that you don't need to put on the headphones for it to work. I think the headphones will help it get better reception, but they're not necessary. As you can hear, the radio is played through the loudspeaker, which is a nice, neat little feature. And what I like about it is that you don't have to go hunting for this FM radio in the menus. It's right there on the slider key. Turn it off. It asks you if you want to turn it off. Yes, and that's all there is to it. And then another neat little feature is this little flashlight. You turn that on and you get a nice LED little flashlight for maybe finding your keys in the dark or whatever. It's not super bright, but it's definitely nice for getting around or finding keys or whatever in the dark, and that's built in. And again, no need to go hunt for that because that's operated by this slider right there. Now, as far as usability goes, you know, the problem with say something like a smartphone or some of the more advanced feature phones, and even just plain old feature phone nowadays, is that there's a ton of menus, a ton of places to get lost in. This one is not like that at all. All you have is, I believe, 4 or 5 menus. So not a whole lot of places to get lost in, and everything is clearly labeled. Everything is large font, so everything, it's easy to find your way around the phone. And the menus are prepaid, recent calls, contacts, messages, so that's your text messages right there, alarm, tools. Tools consist of a calendar, calculator, and that FM radio that we looked at a second ago. That can also be accessed through there. And then the settings for changing, say, ringtones, and that kind of thing. And that's all there is on that. Contacts, very well labeled and very easy to use. Pick it, hit it, and it'll dial it. So for example, pick Debbie here, options, dial. Now the phone isn't active right now, so it's not dialing, but that's all there is to calling a contact. It does come with 911 and 411 already pre-configured in the contacts, so you do have to be careful there that you don't press 911 by mistake. Also, you can program your keypad to use as a speed dial. So for example, if you program the 2 key to dial whoever, all you got to do is just hold it down and it'll call them. So that's about it. That wraps it up on this phone. Again, very easy to use. One last thing to mention on the usability thing is the charger. If you're someone who needs a phone like this, then you probably don't want to mess around with trying to get this plugged in every time you want to charge it. You only have to do it once on this phone, because once you set this up, put it on your nightstand or whatever, and the phone will charge on the cradle, which is cool. So there's no need to go you know, trying to plug this in every time you try to charge it, because you can do it on the cradle. So overall, this is an excellent, very easy to use phone for someone who again has a special need, either vision or just arthritis, whatever, what have you. The phone retails for $29.99, which is not a bad price. It's a whole lot cheaper than the Great Call option, which used to be the Jitterbug. I don't know what their models are these days, but a whole lot cheaper option than those phones. This phone can be kept active for as little as you know, around $7 a month, and it does come with double minutes, unlimited double minutes for life. So whenever you add, say, a 30-minute card, you'll get 60. And all you need, if you wanted this as an emergency only phone, is to do say a 30-minute card every 3 months, and that would cost you about $20. So overall, a nice little phone for special needs users. I highly recommend it, and it's very well priced too. So if you're thinking about it, I definitely recommend you taking a look at it.